Welcome to Football with Cheese. So, this video is all about reacting to Jaire Alexander signing with the Baltimore Ravens. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do so now. Enable alerts so you never miss a video. So, Jaire Alexander obviously was released by the Packers recently. Signs a 1-year, $4 million deal with a chance to make it up to $6 million. So, what does this do for the Ravens? They already had one of the better secondaries in the NFL before this signing. Lamar Jackson was lobbying for this. They were teammates at Louisville, Jaire and Lamar Jackson, the quarterback. They already have Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins as their starting receivers. They have Chidobe Awuzie and TJ Tampa as well. What a deep group. Here's what I would do if I were them. I would start Wiggins and Jaire Alexander on the outside, and you can move Marlon Humphrey, who's their best cover corner, one of the better corners in the NFL, top 10 for sure, right? Move him in and play the slot. Slot corner, to me, is the toughest position to play on defense, and it's becoming more and more important because teams are not just sticking one guy in the slot anymore. You know, the Colts did Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne the outside, Brandon Stokely in the slot, or the Patriots put Wes Welker, Julian Edelman in the slot only. Teams are moving their receivers around. They're taking their best player, maybe like a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Sometimes they play outside, sometimes they play inside in the slot. So slot corner, not only the toughest place to play, it's becoming more and more important. So you can put Marlon Humphrey in the slot and have Nate Wiggins and Jaire Alexander on the outside. Wow, what a group. And we're not even mentioning Kyle Hamilton, who's probably the best safety in the NFL. And their first-round pick, Malachi Starks, the other safety, if he plays well, this secondary will be elite. Now, Jaire Alexander, let's talk about him. I'll link the video about him, why the Packers released him in one of these boxes. He is not the same player he used to be. Anyone that says, oh, he's one of the best corners in the NFL when healthy, he's not. He's a good cover corner. He's not as good as he used to be. He's had a lot of injuries. He's played 7 games each of the last 2 years. And 4 years ago, he only played 5 games, I believe. So he misses a lot of time, and that's the main reason the Packers moved on from him. If he was still playing at the elite level he did early in his career, even with missing the games, they probably would have kept him. So he is a good player, very good in coverage. He is a bad run defender. Run defense is about tackling technique and effort, and he is bad at both. He doesn't give effort, and his technique is poor. It goes back to years ago when he hurt his shoulder trying to make a tackle, and ever since then he's just not been willing to tackle very much. But Nate Wiggins, even though he's undersized, surprisingly, graded out really well as a run defender. Humphrey's pretty good at that as well. So you can have one guy maybe that's not the best tackler in the secondary. It won't be an issue with Starks or Hamilton at all at safety. Definitely not. So if Jaire Alexander is healthy, their secondary is elite. They don't have many weaknesses, the Ravens, on their team. Maybe they can upgrade the pass rush. It's a decent pass rush team, not great. And offensive guard's probably the biggest weakness, but they don't have many weaknesses other than that. And as a Packer fan, you just know somehow he's going to be healthy for all 17 games all of a sudden. You just know because they released him. And we know that Aaron Rodgers is playing the Packers, I believe, in Week 8. Well, the second to last game of the year, so that would be Week 17, the Ravens go to Lambeau. So that makes for some interesting games this coming season. And one more thing I want to mention. The rumor is he was offered more money elsewhere and chose to go to the Ravens. That makes sense because they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't know who the other team or teams were, but obviously they weren't as good as the Ravens. There was a rumor Buffalo was interested before the draft in trading for him, but I doubt they were involved now because they drafted Maxwell Hairston in the first round, and he will likely start at corner. So comment down below. Do you think this is a really good signing? Do you think the Ravens are the best team in the NFL right now? Honestly, I think maybe they are. We'll see what happens. Their schedule is really tough. If you have not subscribed, please do so now. Hit the bell for notification. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Share this with anyone who loves football as we continue to grow football with cheese. Check these out if you have not. In a few hours, I'm going to release the Minnesota Vikings offseason recap, so stay tuned for that.